Today I have my $180 brand new Titleist SM9 wedge and this $20 Ram sand wedge I found at a yard sale. We're going to compare them both on the simulator here at the PGA Tour Superstore and then go out to the course to see the actual on-course performance to see if spending an extra money on your wedges is worth it or if finding something at a yard sale is perfectly fine. Hey guys, it's Michael, your expert caddy, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, not only so you don't miss out on new videos, but I give you guys free golf tips, free golf content for you to enjoy. So in today's video, we're going to be comparing this $180 Titleist SM9, the brand new wedge they just came out with, compared to this $20 Ram sand wedge that I found at a yard sale. We're gonna go hit some balls here on the simulator, kind of see the numbers, see the spin difference is the main thing I wanna see. Now we're gonna take it out to the short game area on the course to compare the on-course performance, see what kind of reaction we get on the green, and then at the end decide if it's worth spending a lot of money on a wedge or if something like this Ram is perfectly fine. All right, we're set up here at the Foresight Simulator at the PGA Tour Superstore, and we're gonna start out with a 50-yard shot. We're gonna get the numbers. I'm gonna try my best to hit it around 50 yards, but mainly I wanna see the spin difference because that's probably gonna be the main performance factor that's gonna be impacted between the two wedges. So we're gonna hit 5 with each, and then we're gonna go back and compare the numbers on the 50-yard shot. Then we're gonna go to a full swing, compare the numbers. It should be around a 120-yard shot for a full swing with this club. So like I said, they're both 56 degrees, pretty similar club. I think the Vokey may be a touch longer, but nonetheless, it's pretty similar. We're just gonna compare the numbers and then take it out to the course after we're done in here, see that real world performance. All right, we're gonna go Ram, 5 shots, about 50 yards. Gonna try to hit it a little higher, maybe try to get a little spin at it. All right, we got my Vokey. I'm gonna hit 5 shots again, try to get that 50-yard number, then we'll compare the spin and everything else at the end. All right, let's take a look at the numbers here, and the first 5 are the Ram. So we got an average of 6,700 spin and average distance of 48 yards. So it's kind of right around that number we're looking for to compare. And then for the Vokey, 49 yards and 7,100 spin. So we're gaining about 4,000 RPMs with this wedge. And if you look at the spin distribution a little bit, the Ram wasn't as consistent as the Titleist, at least. Not saying I hit it perfectly every single time, but there were some in the 5,000s, 6,000s, 7,000s, whereas pretty much all my shots with the Vokey were around that 7,000 number, so it did give me a little more consistent spin. Now let's bump up the yardage a little bit, right around that 120 mark, full swing, compare the distance, spin, all that with both the wedges. Full swinging this Ram is actually not too bad. It feels pretty good. I mean, honestly, my distance control with this Ram was pretty spot on. Pulled it a little bit, but contact was solid. Let's hit the Vokey, then we'll compare the numbers. All right, we wanted to hit at 120, and if you take a look at the average distances right here, 120 exactly for the Ram, 119 for the Vokey, so pretty good job with that, and honestly made super good contact with both, so spin numbers should be pretty accurate. Start off with the Ram here, average spin of almost 11,000, just shy of 11,000, 10,900. Got a couple in the mid 10,000s to the low 11,000, so that's pretty good spin for a $30 wedge, honestly. And then if we go over to the Vokey, just a hair more spin, about 200 more RPM spin with the full swing. Again, really, really similar. I mean, honestly, the spin wasn't too different. It was more different on the shorter shots, so that stopping power around the green might be a little more difficult, but everything else was very similar. Average ball speed, a little more with the Ram. Not that that matters with wedges, but now let's take it out to the golf course. Both these clubs, we're going to hit some chip shots around the green from 50 to 60 yards, see that actual reaction on the green, and then we'll determine which one is better and if it's worth spending the extra money for something like a Vokey. All right, we made it out to the chipping area. Got both wedges here. Gonna hit some real chips, get some real feedback, see if the $180 wedge is actually better than this $30 ram. All right, Vokey now. All right, from the short grass, really not that much of a difference between the ram and the Vokey. Maybe getting a little bit more spin with the Vokey, but nothing to really write home about. So let's hit some out of the rough, then we'll come to a grand conclusion to see, you know, if it's worth spending a lot of money on your wedges. All right. Vokey out of the rough here. All right, overall, out of the rough, I think the Vokey performed a little bit better, kind of cut through the grass a little better for me, but the ram didn't do too bad, honestly. I think you could get away with it all around the green, so I don't know, up to you guys whether you think you should spend a lot of money on wedges. I have the Vokeys, I like the feel of them, so I'll go something that you like. Try out a bunch, and it's not necessarily necessary to spend a lot of money on wedges. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, leave a like down below, and I'll see you in the next one.